Coming up on today's Code Bet Daily, we have all your punting needs covered. We've got best bets, player props, game picks, everything you need. I'm looking at a whole mess of AFL and NBA. Stats guy, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm looking at some goals galore in the Champions League and a bet in the F1.
That sounds awesome. You should listen to it and check it out. It's Code Bet Daily. It's real good. Welcome to Code Bet Daily. It is Wednesday. All day.
All day.
It's hump day. Stats guy, you love to hear that. It is March 15. It is episode 71 of Code Bet Daily. Haven't been fired yet. You love to see it. I'm your host, Jaymz Clements. I'm the editor of a very good website, surprisingly enough, called Code Bet.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get around
Check
it.
it out. Codebet.com.au. Joined, as always, by one of the pontiffs of punting today. It's Stats guy Liam McAllion. Liam, what is going on?
I'm happy we got a bit more room on the couch today. It's a bit more spread out. Yeah, don't mind it.
No Alex. He was, I don't know, caught in a grease fire. So either way, today we are doing what we always do on Code Bet Daily. That is punting, daily, coding.
Coding.
No,
We need to work on
coding.
the coding maybe.
That's all right. Code Bet Daily, you can check out a massive array of AFL, NRL previews on the site. As of today, I've got an NBA piece going up as well later.
Awesome.
There is an absolute ton at the
Any
moment.
sport you want, it's going to be up there at some
The
point.
best one I enjoyed was probably the 18 teams and 18 bets. So one bet, each
That was
AFL
good fun to
team.
write as well. Yeah,
It was awesome.
Very good.
And there'll actually be an AFL show later. That'll be the start of the AFL Code Bet
I'm
Daily
that pumped. It's so close now.
AFL. It'll have its own podcast streams. That's really cool.
Awesome.
Right. Anyway, into it today. Player props, game picks, best bets. What are we looking at today? I've got a bit of AFL and a bit of NBA. Stats
Awesome.
guy.
Yeah, I'm going for a bit of Champions League and some F1.
Nice.
Haven't had enough F1. I need to get that back in there, I reckon.
Fast one racing is
Yeah,
what it
that's
stands
exactly
for,
what
right?
it stands for, yeah.
Love
a good way to
it.
learn
What is
it
it?
too.
Saudi Arabia this weekend.
Saudi Arabia, yeah. Big race.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'd
yeah.
be belting.
Yes.
Right. Player prop, easy one for me. We have the AFL starting tomorrow. We have Richmond, Carlton. I have this one in
Huge.
tomorrow's paper.
Yep.
I've already broken this one down. Dustin Martin.
Okay.
How many games did we play last year, Stats guy?
I think you said 8 or something like
It was
that.
8.
Yeah, he was out for a few different reasons. Yeah.
Big chunks of the season he missed. Still averaged 18.75 possessions a game.
Yep.
You can go find him at $2.38 to get over 20
Ooh.
in this
Yeah, I don't
season
mind
opener.
that.
I absolutely love
He's going to
that.
be playing forward a bit, but they'll need him in the midfield at some point. Push
This
up the
is
ground.
it. We sort of talked it out. You go the 20-plus disposals. You think about the sort of big bodies around the contest for Carlton, how Richmond will combat that. You've got the new recruit. You've got Hopper. You've got
Yep.
Taranto, but they will throw Dusty into
They
the
can't stay in
middle.
there the whole time, yeah.
You can't not do it.
No.
What are you doing? So get in there, Dusty, the 20. But to be honest, I just like the value of the $2.38 for
That's
the 20
the best
plus.
value you get for him for a long time. Probably.
To be averaging 18.75, this is a built-in sort of amount of, we don't know.
Yep.
And he's getting a bit older.
First game, yeah, as well.
But why not? Let's go. If he's fit and firing, he's going to get 20 plus.
I like it.
You can also throw one in there for tomorrow. Here's a bonus one for you. Charlie Kerno,
you're
3 plus
below.
goals. Carlton to win. $2.90.
Oh,
My tip for this game is actually hashtag spoiler alert. Actually going to be Richmond.
Richmond.
But if you do like Carlton to win, what's the correlation there? It'll be Kerno kicking
Kerner
it
kicking
back.
goals.
So
Yeah, I agree with that one.
I like that. So you can get Kerno. Like the Kerno value is not great. Literally across the board with most of the bookies because
Because he dominated last year.
he won the Coleman.
Yeah.
So, getting the Coleman medal winner to get multiple goals, you're not going to get a
I don't
giant
mind
amount of
having
value.
the guy if you want to get a bit more value.
So
'cause
Mackay's
yeah.
prices actually go pretty well.
Yep.
So if you get him around the 2-3 mark, it's okay
Bit better,
value.
yeah,
but,
okay, cool.
but I think if you want that Carlton win and Kerno value, $2.90, that's on better. Check it out.
Nice.
Stats guy, what's your player prop?
Yeah, Alex talked about this game a bit yesterday. We've got the Champions League, Napoli taking on Eintracht Frankfurt. I've absolutely stunk that up.
Yeah,
Eintracht,
you
I think.
massacred that more than Alex did. Alex
I
nailed that
usually
one
am bang
yesterday,
on
so.
with these things, but I stunk that up. But Frankfurt, they're playing Frankfurt, Napoli against Frankfurt. But yeah, I really like Victor Osimhen.
They're
He's-
lovingly known as the hot dogs.
Yes. That would be an awesome mascot. If they
How is that not their
I know,
nickname?
that would be awesome, actually.
So you playing this weekend? The hot
Hot
dogs.
dogs.
They're
The Kranskis.
they're a rollover.
That'd be awesome.
You see what you can do with hot dogs? You can roll them over. That's good. I'll be here all week, folks.
Yeah, nice.
Joe the Veal.
Yeah, but I'm looking at Napoli's leading goal scorer, Victor Osimhen. He's got an insane 25 goal contributions in 26 games. He's like sort of been like the Erling Haaland of the Serie A. He just keeps scoring every week. He's got 9 goals in his last 9 games. Sort of
Jeez.
on that Rashford sort of run as
Rashford,
well.
yeah.
So people are sort of talking him up, and now he's a very well-known player. What was I going to say? And he Sorry, I've gone off the topic there. Bloody hell.
Napoli,
He's
they're
been
good.
absolutely dominating with his pace and dribbling. That's what I was going to say. Napoli are also really good. They just have a lot of people in attack, and they always go to him. They've just been dominating. Frankfurt have also only won one of their last 6. They lost in the first leg to Napoli as well, and I think Napoli can absolutely dominate. If they're going to score a couple of goals, he's at least going to score one for $2. I know it's a favourite is around that $2 mark usually, but he's just so good and he's scoring every game, so get around him.
Is he going to pull off an Erling Haaland and just kick an absolute
Oh,
bag?
I don't know if he's going to kick 5. That was ridiculous this morning. Haaland getting 5. He's a robot. He's not real, but he's definitely not going to get 5. But I think he could get at least 1 and maybe 2. Yeah.
Narrator, Erling Haaland is actually real, and
I don't know if he is. I don't know if he is. He walks like a robot. He talks like a robot.
He's just Norwegian.
No, I don't know.
Settle down, jeez.
No,
he talks funny. I think he's a robot. No, stats guy.
I'm not the only one on this.
Norwegian.
I'm not the only one on this. He's
Just
a robot.
saying. Right, there you go. Game picks. Easy one for me. Just a bit of a game prop for tomorrow. In the NBA, the Sacramento Kings and the Chicago Bulls play what I like to call the John Salmons Bowl.
I remember John Salmons.
Now, in the olden times,
in
the olden days,
I know who he is.
these teams traded back and forth John Salmons.
Yes.
And he was a very niche NBA player.
You're the only one calling this the John Salmons Bowl.
I might be the only one literally in all existence who calls this the John Salmons Bowl.
Yeah.
But still, the Sacramento Kings, best offense in the league by far this season, over 120 points a game. They're absolutely smashing it. They've basically been cruising along at 121.3 points a game. They give up 118. But that's still less than 121. So that's how you win a lot of games. You score more than the opposition.
Yeah, that works.
Now, Chicago are in a bit of a death roll, spiral match against there's 3 teams in the bottom of the sort of playoff bubble in the East when it comes to the NBA. It's Washington, Chicago. Toronto is slipping as well. So they're right there.
Yep.
Indy, the one team, are kind of like, yeah, we're happy to tank now. We're out. Chicago is still trying their hardest. They've got one of the best defenses, I think, in the NBA since January 1.
Really? That surprises me, actually. Yeah.
It is a surprise, right? Because this should be an offense first team. You've got DeMar DeRozan, you've got Zachy Cakes, Adam Levine, you got the big Vooch in the middle. And they scored 113 points a game. So their offense actually stinks. Their defense is actually pretty good.
Okay.
But they give up 112. It's pretty good. But since the Jan 1 thing, it's a little bit lower. They can still score, though. Like, you've seen Chicago have, like, these massive blowout games.
So many guards that can...
And this is it. When you've got Levine, you've got DeRozan. You're going to give up. So they played the Pacers last week. It was 125, 122.
Right.
They gave 125 up to Phoenix last week as well. They played 117, 115 game against Detroit.
That's a good over.
This game is going over.
All right.
It is the Sacramento Kings versus the Bulls. It's 240.5.
Yep.
Jump on the over. You can get that like $1.90 with Bet365.
Awesome.
Boom. Done. Stats guy, your game prop.
Yeah, so I'm having a look at, you looked at a Ladbrokes Daily Special. They have these things on certain sports like NBA and Champions League. They've got a few tomorrow. The one that sort of caught my eye was both Champions League games. So you've got Liverpool taking on Real Madrid and Napoli taking on Frankfurt, both to go over 2.5 goals. So I think you've got some amazing attacks, especially in the Real Madrid and Liverpool matchup. You've got Benzema, Vinny Jr., you've got Salah and Nunes. I think they're going to score. So I think it could be like a 3-1 at least in that one. And then when you've got Napoli, you've got Osimhen, you've got Hirving Lozano, who also plays for Napoli. I'm not saying Frankfurt. I'm a bit worried about them scoring, but
that's it. That's like, because what was the score in the first leg of the Napoli?
2-0. So
2-0. So that's your only problem.
It was away from home. At home, they dominate. I think, that would be the toughest one to go over, but I think it could be 3-0. Yeah, probably right on the dot 3-0, even if you want to have a look at correct score. But both to go over 2.5 is $2.45. I just don't mind that. If you're not sure about, people don't trust Liverpool at the moment because they're a bit up and down. If you're not sure about winners and things like that, I think both will go over the 2.5 definitely. So $2.45.
This is great. It's just a goal fest bet.
Yeah. So
just, I want to see some goals on a Thursday morning.
That's what I'm American for as a neutral supporter. I just want 6 goals.
That's all you ask.
That's pretty much. That's all I asked for. Yeah.
So there's 2 games. I just want 6 goals.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's what I'm going for.
Nice one, stats guy. Best bets for today, tomorrow. Pretty simple for me. I've got a slate of NBA that I'm just going to pick for you. How's that sound? Good?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
Too bad. It's what you're getting. We've got 4 games tomorrow that I've already got odds for, so I'm going to jump all over Memphis at Miami. This is a tricky one. Miami, you'd be like, oh, they're tough. They're gritty. Good defense.
Yeah.
Off we go. You're like, well, Memphis, they stink on the road. You'd be right. They also have just ripped off 3 wins straight.
Right. Yeah.
They did, run into a Dallas team without anybody yesterday. But without Ja Morant, they've looked fine.
Ish. Yeah, they've held their own. Like even we hate Dylan Brooks, but he's even shot a bit better last few days.
It's Dylan Brooks time.
Yeah. I hate him, but he's going pretty well, yeah.
He stinks, but it's Dylan Brooks time. Off we go. Thing is, they're 28th in the league on the road covering the line.
Right.
Miami are the worst team in the NBA at covering the line at home.
Oh.
That's a Memphis plus 3.5.
No one
Thank you
cover
very
the line?
much. No one can cover the line in this game. They're just going to refuse to play. Sacramento, Chicago, that game. Sacramento 1.5 point favorites. I think they still beat the Bulls even on the road.
Yep.
Sacramento, their record against the line on the road is chaos. They're third best. They're 20-12.
Wow.
That's nuts.
That
This
is
Kings
nuts.
team apparently travels.
Yeah.
Who knew? That's because you got
Never
the
in the
Souvlaki
past.
King. The Souvlaki King, Domantas Sabonis.
What a gun.
Love him. De'Aaron
De'Aaron
Fox,
Fox, yeah.
swipe of the Fox up against DeMar DeRozan there and co. But
Yeah, that'd be a good match, actually.
I think the Kings should pull that one out. But it's a great uniform matchup as well. The purple versus the red.
Red, yeah.
You wouldn't think it, but then you watch it go, oh.
As long as they're not wearing their
This-
grey uniform, then
As
they're
long as there's no
Kings
grey
are all good, I
involved.
reckon.
I hate grey
Grey.
uniforms.
No one's
It's
buying
like
that. No one's buying
my
that.
absolute one least favorite thing in the entirety of NBA, grey jerseys.
I agree.
That-
I was watching the other day. Just
Dylan Brooks. Done.
And Dylan Brooks, yeah.
Anyway, but Sacramento minus 1.5. Then you got the Celtics at the Wolves. Celtics are only 4.5 point favorites, but they are 4.5 point favorites on the road, which is giving them enough respect, even though they stink at the moment.
Yeah, we do. I don't know what's going on. Tatum missed a layup to just beat the Rockets. He lost to the Rockets. I don't really want to talk anymore
It was a
about
disastrous
Was it
loss to the Rockets.
Yeah, just too many turnovers, like we sort of talked about in the finals.
Lackadaisical,
Yeah,
brutal, but they've lost 5 of the past 8.
but we got to bounce back at some point. We're too good. I
This is
reckon.
it. So my pick is actually Boston. I think this is the bounce back point because you look at that Wolves team
Yep.
on the wings, bit thin. You've got Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. It's like, yes, he's more of that sort of 2-guard. Jaylen
Yeah.
Brown's bigger than him.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pretty good matchup, but the wings of the Celtics should win that for them.
Hopefully.
Tatum and Brown would be too good. And then an absolute rip schnorter to
Huge,
finish up the day.
yeah.
Warriors, Clippers. Love this. Thing is, where is it?
Away. Warriors
It's away. So what's going to happen? Warriors going to lose.
Yeah, I saw that.
7 of 26 they are head-to-head for the season. A league worst 9-23-1.
They've lost their last 8 away as well.
They're horrible.
But at home, I think they had an 8-game win streak.
Exactly.
At home. So what's going on?
Absolute swings and roundabouts.
Doesn't make any sense.
I tipped against the Warriors against the Suns, I think, yesterday.
Yep.
That came back to bite me because the Warriors, where did they play?
At home. Yeah.
So,
Just tip them at
here
home.
we go. Just
Don't
tip them
away.
home, tip against them away.
Yep.
Clippers minus 2.5. Kawhi, Paul George. There's no Andrew Wiggins for the Warriors as well. No Andre Iguodala, I think. And look,
Yeah, right.
they're just thin on that wing in terms of defenders who can slow down Kawhi and Paul George.
Yep.
Flip side, Clippers can always just go, hey, Paul George, can you make Steph Curry's life hell? And Paul George will be like, oh, yeah, I can do that.
I'll give it a go.
And Kawhi, can you just shut down Clay? And he's like,
Yeah, he's laughing.
with his weird laugh. So if you put all 4 of those together, it's $13.09 as a 4-leg
Nice.
multi on Better. I love that
Kawhi's not laughing.
because
at that.
I
That's-
actually
that's-
really, so that's 3 favorites and an underdog.
Yep.
I'm a little bit worried about that Memphis team because I just don't know which one rocks up. But Miami stinks
Yeah.
so hard at home.
No, they've held their own. I back that.
So
yeah.
let's go Memphis. Boom. There you go.
Nice.
4 legs, 13.09 NBA. Skadoosh.
Awesome.
Stats guy, what do you got?
Yeah, we're having a look at the F1 for the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix.
Oh, the Broom Brooms.
Yes. So, yeah, this is a huge one. I love the night races in the F1. It looks awesome.
They
Watching
do
on
look
TV.
sick.
It looks awesome. Now, Verstappen, obviously, is the best.
I believe it's pronounced Verstappen.
Verstappen, yes.
Oh.
Max Verstappen. He won last week easily. Red Bull 1 and 2. So I'm staying away from that. You get $1.50, I think, for them to be 1 and 2. $1.50 and then to win. I'm sick.
Oof,
It's
that
a
is-
bit ridiculous. So I'm trying to build a bit more value in the F1 this weekend. So I'm looking at Valtteri Bottas. He's a former Mercedes driver. He's a big Finnish man.
Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah, he talks like that. He's-
Talk about a robot. It's like, I get in the ice water, I sit there, and then I get out.
He actually talks and does
It's like,
exactly
okay, Valtteri, what are you up to? What do you do for fun? I like to kill things.
that. Yeah.
Jeez, okay, Valtteri,
He's
I'll see
crazy.
you later.
He'll just crash it.
Bye.
He's nuts.
Mad dog. Anyway,
You'll like his nickname. So people have been calling him VB. He's got an Aussie wife.
why would you
and-
say that I would like that, stats guy?
I don't know, just Aussie things.
Jim, do you like
Aussie
tins?
things?
Maybe. A lot.
But yeah, he's got an Aussie
Jeez.
wife and he got a sponsorship from VB. He got the mallet going and he's a
That's
big
sick.
Finnish man, but you think he's Aussie. Anyway, I love him. He's now Alfa Romeo. So people thought he was just good at Mercedes because he had an awesome car, but he's showing an Alfa Romeo who's a really poor car that he can still dominate. He had 9 points finishes last season. Their car looks to be a bit faster. He finished
He was
8th.
in the points 9 times.
Yeah. And Alfa Romeo are in the bottom few teams. So it's
That's
really
unreal.
good. Yeah. So I'm surprised that his partner keeps finishing 18th and things like that, but
Yep.
he's a lot better driver.
Yep.
He can handle even a bad car. He finished 8th in the first race. it also helped that Leclerc crashed out, but then you just drop him one spot to 9, so he's still in the points. You got to be in the top 10 for the points. So yeah, I think you can easily finish in the top 10 again. Here you get $2.08. I think most of the top 10 you get around $1.70 max, but he's really good value because he's one of the best drivers still on the grid, and yeah, really like him. So $2.08 point finish.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go, Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah, a bit of support for Alfa Romeo. They don't get
it.
enough support in F1.
Just, what do you do for fun? Oh, I walk in snow. It's like,
You
all
don't
right,
understand how accurate that impression is.
I love him. That's great. All right, there you go. There's some great looks for tomorrow, today, whenever. There's some overnight ones as well. That Champions League, remember those Champions League games are tomorrow morning,
yep.
first thing. So
Yep. Get around. Goals.
AFL though, can't wait. And remember, AFL Splinter Show coming out later today. It'll be on this feed. It'll also have its own feed. That'll be unreal. So that's it. Go Bet Daily done for today. We'll be back on deck tomorrow. You got the AFL show in between as well. Get right around the show just in general. Why not?
Absolutely.
Subscribe on your podcast app. Subscribe to the EPL show. Subscribe to the NRL show. Subscribe to all the Co-Bet shows.
We're doing everything.
Or Stats Guy will rock up to your house and go, "What are you doing? Come on, help the brother out."
That's not very
It's like,
intimidating.
"Gee, Stats Guy, what are you doing here? How'd you get my address?" Anyway, subscribe to your podcast app, like, review, and star it. And of course, chuck us a follow across all the socials. Facey, IG, Twitter, TikTok. Leo is doing a great job at the moment.
Absolutely.
You can actually see a bunch of our AFL over-unders popping off all across the socials at the moment. Send in any questions that you want. Leo will pass them on to us and we'll do our best to answer them. And I think that's it. Thanks, Stats Guy.
Thank you. That was good fun.
Great job. Just the duo going at it. Hammer and tongs today, some bets, having a laugh, and no Alex. He'll be on the AFL show, though, later today, so check it out. Right. Thanks, Gerald, for producing. Thanks to me. And what do we say, Stats Guy?
Gamble responsibly.
Nice one. May your picks come in. Happy punting. Go Bet Daily. Out.